Welcome back to Yoga Berry, your yoga for scoliosis community. I'm Christine Jarecki Berry and I'm a yoga teacher specializing in yoga for scoliosis. And today I've got a core stabilization practice for you. So important to stabilize, to strengthen the core, and imagine it as kind of a core set around the lower back. So all these muscles need to be really strong to be able to support the spine and just give us a little bit better chance of good posture, of lengthening upright. So you won't need any props for this practice. It's suitable for all curves. You can practice this if you've got spinal fusion as well. So all that you need is yourself and your yoga mat. So get everything ready and then join me on the mat. So we're going to start lying down on the back. Have your feet flat on the ground. Just taking a couple of moments just to settle here, to establish your starting point for the practice. Notice how you feel right now, right in this moment. And we're setting our intention for the practice, which is to focus our energy on the center of the body, on the core, to strengthen. And really the purpose is to kind of fire up the abdominal muscles a little bit more so they can support the spine and create a little bit more ease and comfort in the upper spine and in the neck and shoulders especially. So start to connect with your breath. Just take a few deeper breaths, inhaling, and then on your exhale, start to gently draw the navel back to the spine. So we're starting to engage the lower body, the abdominal muscles, ever so slightly. So inhale, just softening the belly, breathing into the belly, and then on the exhale, starting to engage a little bit more through the abdominal area. And it might feel that you're slightly flattening the back of the waist into the ground. However, there shouldn't be a big movement at this stage. It's just an activation of the muscles. So you might feel like you're hugging in from the waist. That's another way to describe it. So inhale and then exhale. Good. So on your next exhale, we're going to start to flatten the lower back a little bit more into the ground. So getting a little bit more strength or a little bit more power into the abdominal area, drawing in from the belly button. Start to press the feet into the ground and then slowly come up on towards the shoulders. We're inhaling at the top and then exhale, slowly releasing down. So if you have a big spinal fusion, it might feel that you're just kind of lifting up and down in one chunk, and we're going to move with the breath. So we're going to inhale to stay. Exhale, engage through the abdominal area. Press the feet into the ground, coming all the way up on towards the shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly release. If you don't have spinal fusion, you can roll through the spine a little bit more. So on your exhale, start to tuck the pelvis under, the tailbone under, tipping the pelvis towards you, rolling all the way up on towards the shoulders. Inhale to stay, and then exhale, slowly rolling down. Good, so we're going to do this one more time. So inhale, exhale, tilting the pelvis towards you, flattening the lower back, coming all the way up on towards the shoulders. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly rolling down. Good, so let's release for a moment. And you can just move your knees from side to side a few times. And then from there, we're going to come into tabletop position. So we're going to lift the feet off the ground. And we'll have the shins parallel to the floor. Flex your feet for this one. And you might already start to notice some work in the abdominal area here. So if this is pulling in your lower back, it means that your core isn't quite strong enough. So you need to bring your knees in towards you a little bit more. However, if you're feeling a little bit stronger, then really stack the knees on top of the hips. So not forwards, but directly on top of the hips, and the feet are flexed. So from there, before we add anything else, can you soften your shoulders? Can you soften the upper back? Can you soften the face, the jaw? They won't help you with whatever is going on here. This is a core activation exercise. So that's what's going on here. It's the core muscles that need to do the job. It's not the shoulders or the neck. They won't be very efficient for this type of movement here, which we're going to add in a moment. So let's take another couple of breaths just to feel that engagement of the muscles. And again, you can imagine kind of hugging in from the waist. And then let's slowly release for a moment. So very important to learn how to contract muscles and then learn how to release them as well. So a healthy muscle can do both. It can contract and it can release. Good. So take a breath, soften the upper body, and then let's do this again. So we're coming back into that tabletop position, knees directly over the hips, flex your feet. So your legs are definitely doing some work, but your abdominal muscles, and you can touch with your fingertips, just notice if the muscles are engaged. And it's almost impossible to do this position without engaging the abdominal area, but what you don't want to do is start to overarch in the lower back. So there should be a little bit of a curve in the lumbar spine, so a little bit of space underneath the lower back. It shouldn't be completely flat and it shouldn't be completely arched, so somewhere in the middle. So let's add the movement. On your next exhale, we're pushing the right heel away, straightening the right leg. Inhale to bring it back. Exhale, other side, left heel is pushing away, we're straightening the left leg. Inhale to bring it back. Good, so we're alternating sides. Exhale to push the right heel. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, the left. Inhale to bring it back. Good, so let's keep going. We're on round 3. Always moving on the exhale. Inhale to come back. Good. 4, extending the leg. Bring it back. Left side, extending the leg, and then bring it back. Let's do one more. Extending the right, bring it back, and then extending the left. Bring it back. Just bring the knees in towards the chest, rocking from side to side a few times to release, releasing the feet down on the ground. Move the knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, let's roll over to the side. And we're going to come up into all fours position. So from all fours, we're going to go straight into a side plank variation. So I'm bringing my left knee into the center and the left hand into the center of the mat and rolling to the inside edge of my left foot. So I'm turning myself towards the side. Right hand is on the top of the waist. Good, so take a moment just to get stable here, and you can play around with the position of the foot, but I pretty much have the heel, the knee and the hand in one line. Rotating the chest up towards the ceiling and then lift the top arm. Good, so just see what this feels like. Can sometimes feel a little bit wobbly. Maybe this is very easy for you, but let's just stabilize from here. So drawing in from the belly button now. So see if you can bring all your awareness once you are in the pose into the core. So we're engaging the core muscles and just see what that does to the rest of the body, especially the upper back and the spine. Can you feel how the shoulders, how the neck automatically start to kind of soften a little bit more? Good, so from there, you can either stay here or you can lift the right leg. So I'm flexing the right foot and then lifting the right leg just in line or maybe slightly lower than the top hip. So just see what feels right for you. Maybe you have the foot a little bit lower. Just see how it feels. This is definitely a lot of work. You might feel the glutes starting to wake up a little bit as well. So let's see if we can hold it for another couple of breaths. And then let's slowly release and just come into a little bit of cat-cow for a moment. Rounding and arching. Obviously, if you have spinal fusion, this is probably not your favorite pose. So you could just kind of rock backwards and forwards a few times. And then let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn myself around so I can face you. So the right knee is now in the center, the right hand. I'm rolling to the inside edge of my left foot. Top hand is on the top waist. Take a moment to get stable here, to get comfortable here, rotating the chest up. Just check your alignment. So hand, knee and heel in one line. And then lifting the top arm up. And the gaze is either straight ahead or up towards the hand. So just see what feels best for you. And then once you're there, again, we're stabilizing. So drawing in from the belly button, all these muscles that wrap around like a corset around the lower back, they need to start and do a little bit more work. Very, very beneficial. Good. You might really feel it on the top side as well. So from there, let's try and lift the leg. If you've done so on the other side, obviously if you haven't done it on the other side, then don't do it on this side either. So we're just for this practice, we're working symmetrically. So we're doing both sides because we're just learning the poses. And then once we get more familiar, we can use them and work asymmetrically. But I usually start with doing them on both sides. Good. And then let's slowly release from there. So again, we're just releasing. Come into that little bit of cat-cow or rocking forwards and back. Good, and then we're going to do one more. So we're going to do plank. And today, for today's practice, let's come down onto the forearm. So sometimes I teach plank pose on the hands, with the arms straight. But for today, let's come down onto the elbows. And you can clasp your hands together if that feels comfortable for you. And then from there, let's just start to walk the knees back slightly. So I'm not even in a full plank, but I'm just kind of in a softer version. And then start to stabilize already. So drawing the navel in towards the spine. It might feel that you slightly start to kind of tuck the tailbone slightly under. Good. And then from there, when you're feeling stable, extend one leg, extend the other leg. So this is a strong pose. Shoulders should be directly over the elbows. And then just check in with your neck. So you don't want the head to be down. You don't want the chin to be forwards. Back of the neck is long. Can you again stabilize the core? So lifting slightly from the front of the body without lifting the hips. Good. Let's breathe here. Let's take another 3 long breaths. Inhale, exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. And last one. Inhale, exhale. Bring the knees down and then come and rest in child's pose for a moment. Good. Slowly bringing yourself up when you're ready. I hope you enjoyed this little practice. Make sure to follow it up with a few minutes of Shavasana or final relaxation pose, just lying on your back, and enjoy a few minutes of relaxation. I'm going to leave you here, and please leave me any comments. If you've got any questions, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up. It always helps me a lot. If you want to know more about Yoga for Scoliosis, if you want to join my 4 weeks Yoga for Scoliosis course, then check out the description below. and I will see you very soon for the next video.